How does timeline therapy work? In order to move forward, we sometimes have to go backwards to find the lessons that help us to gain clarity and confidence in achieving all that we desire. This technique is a process of active imagination where the client imagines floating up above their timeline. And here, we as the practitioner tap into their unconscious mind. The client is then taken to an event in their past that allows them to actually let go of the 5 negative emotions. And we do this one at a time with anger, sadness, fear, hurt, and guilt. This is also repeated for a limiting decision and limiting beliefs. The client is then asked to imagine creating events in their future that support their goals and their outcomes. Timeline therapy has demonstrated results in a broad variety of presenting problems. It is a powerful technique which allows a client to make lifelong lasting changes in a very rapid way. And through timeline therapy, we can actually remove past habit, past belief, and past trauma. And when people have had trauma in their life, sometimes it really affects them for the rest of their life. So by using timeline therapy, we remove the emotional attachment to those memories. We are tapping into their unconscious mind, and then the client is then able to create a totally new perspective to receive higher learnings that then allows them to let go of the emotional attachment, even to the point where the client has no attachment to their past situations at all. This allows them to move on and not be held back by events from their past. Now, an example of this is a client that I actually worked with a little while ago. And she had a limiting belief, and that limiting belief was that she could never finish anything that she started. So through timeline therapy, she actually went back to being in kindergarten, and her teacher had told her that her painting didn't look like a tree. Now, she was 5 years old, and she gave up. That's exactly what she did. She just put down her pencils and then gave up, but then continued that pattern for the rest of her life until she came to see me. And she got those beautiful lessons and learnings, which she now uses to keep herself on track. And she finishes everything she starts. Timeline is also part of our certification when you do the NLP practitioner training. You get to be the client, but you also get to experience timeline therapy as the practitioner in its entirety.